Hello, my friends. Welcome to Breakfast with Sergio. This is episode 55 of Breakfast with Sergio. And today we're talking approaching problems as learning experiences with none other than Dr. Yana Gomez. So, my friends, the doctor is in the house today.
Hey, everyone.
She is back. You guys asked for it. And the doctor, I did some arrangements. And I convinced the doctor to be here to skip her morning gym routine, right? She usually is at the gym when I do Breakfast with Sergio, but today she's making an exception and joining us for breakfast here. So, my friends, again, welcome to...
It wasn't that complicated.
No? Okay, good. Welcome back again to Breakfast with Sergio, episode number 55. And Dr. Yana Gomez is going to help us out today with a topic that she really likes to talk about. Is approaching problems as learning experiences. And that's the topic that we have available, or we're going to have a little conversation with this morning. So, how are you, Dr. Yana?
I'm doing good. Yeah.
Awesome.
Good for Wednesday, right? Yeah.
Good for a Wednesday, kind of a cloudy, rainy day here in Chicago, but
Very
it's
humid.
good. That's right. So, tell us a little bit about the topic that you have for us today.
Well, I wanted to talk about approaching problems as a learning experience versus having a negative connotation to problems. See, what happens is that every time we face problems, right away, it's somehow we label them as negative. And when we do that, that's when we have a very hard time looking for solutions or brainstorming possibilities. So I wanted to talk about that because we see that happening often with artists that we work with, you know. So
awesome. And I think as artists, you know, we and no matter where you are, actually, you don't have to be an artist.
You don't have to be an artist.
Everyone, problem is something that we will all encounter along the way. And,
but since our audience is artists, I wanted to make it more applicable. Yeah.
And actually, last night I had a problem. You were already sleeping, but I had a problem with a technical problem with something that we are working on today, and that was just kept me off for a long, long time. So this will be good for me as well. All right, so my friends, again, we're talking about approaching problems as learning experiences here with none other than Dr. Yana Gomez. And we are very excited that you are joining us today. Send your comments. We are live in Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and everywhere else. So, Dr. Yana, take it away.
Take it away. So, it's all about your mindset. That's the bottom line. And, you know, you have heard me a lot talking about mindset. You know, it's the way you approach situations is how the outcome is going to be. So, you know, let's start with this. How do you feel when you're able to accomplish something, when you learn something new, or when you realize finally that you've been trying all these things and you realize that it's not the right thing for you to do or it's not working? What kinds of feelings go to you? You're welcome to type them on the comments. What kinds of feelings when you either learn something new or everything? You said, you know what? I just realized that this is not going to work out. I need to move on. What kinds of feelings? Usually it's like you feel accomplished, you feel positive, excited,
like you can go to the next mile.
And even if the results are not the ones you were looking for, you are like, you feel like this sense of peace, like, okay, it's time for me to move on, right?
Right.
But let's think about the other way around. How do you feel when you label a situation as a failure? When you feel that you are a failure, what kinds of feelings come to you? You know, frustration,
doubts. You know, you feel like, well, maybe I couldn't do this one. I'm not going to be able to do the next one.
Right. So your confidence gets hurt. Your confidence gets hurt. So
that's how I was last night. You know, when I was working on this technical problem, and it's like I can just figure it out. I just can't figure it out,
and you get upset.
You get upset,
frustrated, and you know, and believe me, I go through these as well, and I usually get very upset at myself. And then there goes this tendency of say, oh, you're so dumb, you're so silly, this is not going to work out, right? And when you are under those circumstances, what happens is that you're not able to use your mind to problem solve. To find solutions. And what happens is that you get stuck and maybe you get paralyzed. And that's exactly what I don't want you to be. I don't want you to get stuck and I don't want you to get paralyzed. And one way to not get there, to avoid that type of feeling, is to have a more optimistic mindset. Right. And that's what I want to do. I want to share with you like a few things. You know, it's like when you see your problems as learning experiences, that something will come out of it, whether it's the results you want or the results that you don't want, and you see it as a learning experience, you're labeling that as a different thing. You're labeling that as a positive approach. Therefore, you will have this mind strength to address the situation in a different way. But it's just about, and I'm not going to give you like tons of tips in here. I'm just going to give you this one tip.
Let's do it. It's one quick tip, yeah.
I want you to encourage you to label those problems as learning experiences. And when you label them as such, then you will approach them in a different way. You will approach them in a more positive way. And then you're going to have that strength to address them.
So it's like taking one of those, hello, my name is, you put the name, I'm a learning experience, put it on the problem.
I'm a learner. Yeah, exactly. So it's the whole thing. Like next time when you encounter rejection, maybe you've been trying to get these sales, or maybe you are trying to get into this exhibition. But the truth is that maybe you did not get into the exhibition, or you did not get into that sale. I want you to see it as a learning experience, not a failure. That's the difference here. So maybe you need to tweak something here when it comes to the way you are solving problems or approaching when you're selling something, or when you are creating exhibitions proposals. Maybe there's something that needs to be tweaked, something that needs to be learned. But don't label it as a failure. Don't label yourself as a failure, because that will definitely paralyze you. Label yourself as a learner. And this did not work out. Let's figure out why it didn't work out. But next time I'm going to do it differently. And that's the key. Don't keep repeating what is not working. Try to tweak things around, change, ask for other people's opinions. Hey, this is what I'm going through. It seems that it's not working out. What are your thoughts? What do you think? What should I do? Give me your feedback. And that's the important thing, not to keep doing the same thing over and over again.
One of our friends, thank you again, everybody, for sending your messages on Instagram. Send a message. What about when you don't have that support? Like a support system.
When you do not have a support system in place, it's always good to do your research. Maybe you might want to start doing some research about that specific area that you are struggling with. Maybe you need some professional support. Sometimes we forget that it's okay to seek professional help in, like a coach, a mentor, or programs out there that are for artists, So sometimes you have to look beyond what you have and be okay with looking and seeking for professional help and investing in your art career. It's okay to do that. And also, start finding opportunities to start working on that inner circle, because we all need that inner circle, that support system. And it's something that takes time, but in the meantime, you're always welcome to seek professional help.
Right. Yeah, and you talk a lot about the inner circle, right?
I do.
And you don't need 20 people in your inner circle. No. How many is good? One or two.
It's
people
enough.
that you trust,
Exactly. Yeah.
That understand kind of what you are doing. They might not be there to give you the advice you may want, but they're there to support you, to listen, and just to be there, right?
Right. So you have to be, when you're looking for a second opinion or advice, make sure that you go to the right person. Your inner circle might be your emotional support system, and then your professionals might be your professional support system. So there's different support systems that you might want to tap into when you're looking for some type of support when you're feeling stuck in your art career.
Awesome. One of our friends just type the word tenacity.
Yes.
That's a good word, I think, for what you're talking about, tenacity. You gotta get up and you gotta try. You gotta get up and work.
Yeah, be persistent. And that's one thing that if you've been in our webinars, and you will hear me over and over again say the fact that it's okay to, when something doesn't come the way you want, the results are not the ones you want to, it's okay to be upset. It's okay to be frustrated. After all, we're human beings. I get upset. I get frustrated. But keep it to one day. That's my thing. One day, grieve that to one day. Tomorrow when you wake up, it's time to start looking for opportunities, and keep trying, keep looking, keep changing, keep tweaking. Don't let those negative outcomes or results paralyze you.
Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Elena. That was pretty cool. We're out of time here for breakfast. We said here, no need to rush you, but we got to go.
Okay.
And my friends, thanks so much for joining us today. If you want to hear more about the subject and many more things that Dr. Elena covers, we have a brand new webinar that's called The Artist Blueprint to Short and Long-Term Progress. Yeah, The Artist Blueprint to Short and Long-Term Progress is a brand new webinar. We're starting it today. In about a couple hours, we're going to start our first one. We have one also tomorrow and then the next few weeks. So if you want to sign up for that webinar, just go to www.theartistnextlevel.com. www.theartistnextlevel.com. And today for breakfast, You brought your shake.
My green shake.
I brought
Cheers.
Mexican tamales from a really awesome Mexican store around here. And I just realized I didn't bring a fork, so I'm just going to have to use my fingers and grab that. So thank you so much for joining us today, my friends. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend. And I hope to see you at the webinar, the Artist Blueprint to Short and Long-Term Progress. Let's get on the ball to planning for now and for tomorrow and for the day after. That's how it works, my friend. And we'll be so happy to have you there. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode of Breakfast with Sergio. Bye.